Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Soul Sister Show with host Sue and myself, Anne. And today we have Thursday, December 3rd. So we are coming into the last month of this year. So we are really praying for every weird thing to end this year, and we are coming into a brand new, happy, wonderful, joyful, more pleasant 2021. And we are live call-in show, so call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and you can call in to us for questions, get a free mini reading live on air, or why not share a personal story with us. We are all open ears and eager to talk to you. And if you want to talk with us live on the show and you are calling in, remember to press 1. Or you can listen live and text chat with us during our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And I'm Anne, coming to you live from Stockholm, Sweden, and we have a dark December. That's very, as it's supposed to be here this time of the year. So maybe we have sun or daylight until 3 p.m. and then we have a dark time. So, but we're used to it actually, and it's nice when we are approaching December because you can start to see the Christmas lightnings, and it feels a little bit better. And on today's show, we will talk about soul realignment and the soul memory system and different soul types that can interfere with us. So it's a very interesting topic today. And of course, as I said, we take your calls for questions and free mini readings live on air, or why not call us and share a story. And we are always a live call-in worldwide radio, broadcasting today's show from Arizona in the U.S. and Stockholm, Sweden. And if you haven't called in, and now is a great time to get your spot in the queue. Call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and we take your calls for questions and free mini readings, or just to chat with you live on air. And again, if you want to talk with us live on the show, remember to press 1. Or you can join us at scrollsofthesoul.com/live, scrollsofthesoul.com/live, where you can listen live on the player and text chat with us during the show. So that's another option. And on today's show, we will talk about soul realignment and the soul memory system and different soul types that can interfere a little bit with us. Sounds scary, but it's not so scary. It's good to be aware anyway. Plus your calls for questions and free mini readings live on air. And if you haven't listened to us before, we are the show that discusses the Akashic Records, soul realignment, healing modalities in general, and of course, any and all spiritual topics. It's a passion of ours. And we are always a live call-in worldwide radio, so it's just to call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, or why not join us at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. Scrollsofthesoul.com/live, where you can listen live and text chat with us at the same time. And of course, even if you're calling, you can go there and text chat with us. And we are proud to let everybody know that we have listeners in 25 countries around the globe. That amazes me. So thank you. We'd be very honored that you want to spend your time with us and listening to us. And you can find us on YouTube. Just search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio directly on YouTube, and subscribe to keep yourself updated and like our videos. Now, finally, let's bring on my co-host for Soul Sisters, Sue, all the way from Arizona in the U.S. Hi, Sue. How are you?
I'm good, Susie. Doing well out here in the desert. Nice and comfy and cool. You know, that nice crisp air at night, you know, where you can sleep with the window open a little bit. And it makes your pillow nice and cold. So we're finally starting to get some of that weather. But, of course, we have plenty of sunshine, you know, where you have that drab, gray looking sky.
Here, you know, I don't really sleep with the window open. And I did start to take vitamin D because we need it this time of the year. It's so dark here. And even if there's a little bit of sun, it's not sun enough to give you, to help your body to produce the vitamin. So we just need it.
Yeah. How? What time does the sun go down? I'm just curious. When it's this time of year, you guys don't get a lot of sunlight, right?
Yeah, I usually, for me, it's about when it turns dark, so to speak. So I feel it's around 3:00 p.m. And maybe
really?
It's light in the morning, maybe 8:30 maybe. It's very dark. It's a very dark time. So it's a blessing that we are in December and we can see some Christmas lights, because it's lights all over the city here. And that's beautiful because it helps you. And you can say that if we would have snow, yes, it's helping because it's lighting up a little bit. But I personally don't like snow.
Yeah. I personally don't like
cold.
it either.
No, it's cold, and you know it's usually not staying white and you know beautiful, and you know it's getting dirty, and it's being a little bit warmer, and then it's getting cold again, so it turns into ice. So no, I don't want that.
Well, that's why I left the northeast of the United States to live in Arizona, so I don't have that same weather anymore either. So
I wish I could take an airplane and come to you.
I know you do, but hey, you know what? You get to go to Greece, so that's the next best.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. The next
same type
step.
of.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. The best would be actually close to you. So that will happen one day. I know it. It'll come.
Yes, it will.
So, everybody listening to us, we are so happy to be on here with you today. And now is a great time to get your spot in the queue. Call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number. And you can call in for your personal story, to chat with us, ask questions, or why not get a free mini reading live on air. And press 1 to talk with us live on the show. Or you can just, if you want to text chat with us, and you can also listen to live on the player without calling in, you can go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Sue for a personal paid reading, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And there you can find links and things that brings you to our personal pages. And you can, of course, always find out more about Scrolls of the Soul Radio at scrollsofthesoul.com. And before we move on with today's show, let's recap what last week was all about.
Well, if I want to go last week, that would be Thanksgiving. So we took a break on that day. But the week before was our third every third week of the month we do numbers and numerology. I guess that was the word I was looking for. We had some really interesting random numbers that came through. So yeah, just keep in mind, guys, every third week of the month we try to do something unique if possible. And in fact, even with our callers, we said this in the past, and I'm just going to repeat it one more time. If for any reason you would like us to do your number, if you're interested in that, you can send us a message over at soul.com and send over your birthday, and just know that the third week of each month, we will break down that information for you and give you your number. So just keep it in mind. You're always welcome to do that. We like to do birthdays if you're interested. Well, I think that's it as far as the week before. Okay, I'm going to move into a little bit about today's topic, guys. But just before I do, I always like to let everyone know that we try to pull cards for all our callers and listeners. Today was kind of interesting. So this is for everyone. I'm just going to skim through quickly. The first card I pulled was self-sabotage. And I think we're all kind of aware of what that is. And the next one was new beginnings. So they were kind of complete opposites. And that's from the Spirit Messages deck. And then the other deck I pulled from was Angel Answers. The first card that came out was a yes. So if anyone has a yes or no question, there's your answer. And then the second one was opportunity. So if you guys are interested at all what the true meaning is, then when we pick you up, by all means, ask me, and I'll relay more of that information to you. Okay, so today is Soul Realignment Day. It's always the first week of the month. We try to pick an area of Soul Realignment where we can educate our audience about the Akashic Records and how, as practitioners, we gather this information and what comes for us. And so today's topic, it's probably going to be a part 1 and 2. So next month we would pick up on this. Today's topic, we're doing the soul memory system. And basically, the soul memory system is something that's all of its own. While the Akashic Records are stored, they store information in the soul. Our memory is really more of the highlight reel. It's an interpretation of our past experiences. So you can think of it that way, that there is kind of like DNA has its memory, so to speak. The soul has its memory as well. And we can access that information, soul memory, via the Golden Web. We also go ahead, Susie.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny because, sometimes we say that our body has its body memory and the soul has its own memory. And it's like the body has its chakra system. And
right.
The soul has its energy centers that are like the body's chakra centers. And this is the soul's memory. So basically, the soul's memory, that's what following us over lifetimes. And that's where we sometimes, because of experiences and things, can actually bring with us certain things from another time into this time, even through a lot of lifetimes, actually.
Right. Yeah. No, and to go further would be to state that the soul has a perception of itself, right, in which is often kind of grounded in its own unique experiences. And, of course, we can make negative and positive choices. We all know that. The negative, of course, can interfere with the soul memory system. We can end up with false self-perception. That's kind of getting into the meat of that information. When we dig into the meat of the soul and its
also,
memory.
I want to add something more. I just love this topic because sometimes, and this depends on the times we are living in and what we are experiencing, because that's a cultural thing, that's a traditional thing maybe, that's maybe what a certain country, how you're supposed to manage things. So even if you, a couple of lifetimes ago maybe, made a choice from yourself, but it was not based from your soul. It was based on expectations on how you were supposed to choose, if that makes sense. That can be something that will become a blockage because you did go against yourself, but you followed the world around you.
Well,
Makes sense?
brings me, and that kind of brings me to the point of even memory loss, right? You can have memory loss, which causes us to forget aspects of our divine nature, and it can wipe out our understanding of our development and our past choices and experiences. So that can happen too. We can also have memory added as well, right?
Yes.
And that can cause us to think we're someone we're not. That's always interesting. But and then of course there is clouded memory, which can cause us to be unsure of our choices and leaves us insecure as to our path and creates confusion. There's a whole kind of list, and I'm going to kind of just summarize it. So under the soul memory system, you have soul memory added. You could have memory clouded, memory programmed, and memory highlighted. And I'm just trying to kind of run down what each one.
Yes, and you can lose memory. But in essence, I just want to tell everyone listening that in essence, all these things can be cleared, but it's a matter of finding them. And if they are found, and of course, if we are going to delve into something, we will find it. It's going to come up. So that's when it's cleared, the soul is kind of restored back to how it's supposed to be, your own unique soul.
Right. The one I find interesting is the programmed one. Because the memory programmed basically means that we may have participated in cult or religious groups, something that may not be to our benefit, so to speak. So that one, and I think all of us probably had some form of memory program during one or many of our lifetimes, And then, of course, memory highlighted will have us constantly make certain choices again and again. And this occurs when we make negative choices that result in extreme trauma. And then I think the last one is highlighted memory, which may accompany OCD or phobias or PTSD. So that's kind of interesting. Sissy, give me one quick second before my dog starts barking. I've got to shush her. Hang on one second. Okay, sorry about that.
Well, no, that's okay. I just want to mention that your special dog, Sissy, it's a real healing dog. Her name is Crystal. She's wonderful, but she wants to participate. I feel that every time. She wants to be with us.
No, as soon as she has that perception that someone's in the area, or in the driveway or something to that extent, she's just going to make it known she's here. So I just have to let her know now's not the time to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly state a couple of things, and I think we're going to go into some phone calls here because the board is lighting up. Like I said, this is a part 1 and part 2. There is, just to run down the memory system, there are attaching souls, there are earthbound souls, there are independent earthbound souls, disruptive earthbound souls, and that's really kind of fascinating. That's where you get into some really fascinating stuff, But it would take too much time if I delve into all of it right now. So I'm going to actually have you.
Part 2.
Yeah, that's going to be part 2 because I don't want to leave our callers hanging or anyone in the chat room. We'll pick up more on this.
Yes, I know.
Next month.
I know. So before the bottom of the hour, we started taking some questions here. We actually start with a question in the chat room. So Lil Fairy, this is for you. We try to be fast today. Thank you so much for your patience. And Lil Fairy writes, hello, hope you are doing well. I have successfully completed the interview process at a company, Infosys, and they informed me that I will get an offer from them soon. Any insight, please? I'd also like to ask if you pick up anything about my female coworker, BG, who tends to push my buttons at times. She's a nice girl, but seems a bit needy. Thanks. Are you there, Sissy? Sue?
Yes, I am. Sorry about that. I was actually writing. Sorry.
Okay.
Little Fairy's question. The job offer, I'm curious, is this the second? Were there 2 specifically you were hoping for, and this was the second one that came through? I was just curious. That's number 1. Because I believe this one's going to be one.
Yeah, I don't see any answer about that one. So
right.
We just have to wait and see if we can see it.
Yeah, I'll proceed. This one definitely feels like it's the one, but I did see 2 specifically, 1 and 2, where she's heard back or is going to hear back. And this will be the one she's probably going to get, the one she's asking for right now. So Little Fairy, just let us know if there were 2 you've heard back from, and you kind of had the first one on your list as a hopeful and the second one on your list as another hopeful, so to speak. This would be the second one. And then the other question was in regards to a coworker. Is that what that was?
Yes.
Coworker. Again, this is where Anna and I both have to state that you have to put up, well, you could be polite, of course. You have to put up that boundary type of wall where it's understood. There are things you don't want to participate in, and it's not going to happen overnight. But once that is put up, it starts to get understood, if that makes sense. So I think we've talked about this before, with coworkers in general. I don't necessarily know if it's Little Fairy or not, but there's those times where you have that coworker that's near you or you're in close proximity of, and you have to kind of set that boundary. So I would definitely set that intention, that it's just there's things you don't want to participate in. And it doesn't really take much, but, set that intention as well, because that'll be felt, that, and I don't mean to be rude or have you be rude about it. You can set the intention for what it is that's appropriate for you or not appropriate at the workplace. Or if you just don't want to get into a lot of chatting type things, something personal, then just, definitely set the intention. And that starts to get felt after a while. But, that's all I'm really getting for that right now. Is there anything you have, Sissy?
Yes, actually, Lil Fairy, now she's answering here. I had a job interview with that company the day before. I will set that intention with that female coworker. Very nice. So okay. I sense, regarding your question, Little Fairy. It feels like you already received, and I'm getting that in my cards too, that you already received some good news here
Right.
about what you said. And I feel that this is coming into place where it feels good. And it's like even things that are going on an unseen level, but for the good, for the positive. So this feels like things will change for you. This may be something that you really need to do to get out of there and just change your path and direction and your work and a lot of other things that I sense will come further down the road, so to speak. And it feels like it's not going to be challenging. It's like you are going to be able to release those relationships that are challenging for you, like the coworker, for instance, and also move along and create new things. And remember when you do that from the very beginning, because it's a brand new place and it's a good opportunity to set the boundaries at once. And sometimes we don't do that because we're kind and we're nice and we know adaptable and everything like that. But just do that, and then you will not have a problem. And I sense you will see a big difference. And it feels like this is a wonderful, happy outcome for you in general.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. And really, this,
Yeah.
you're going to move away. She's going to move away from some of the drama
Yeah.
that's going on, where
Yeah.
she's at now.
And
so
I think we talked. Yeah, thank you, Lil Fairy. I think we talked about cord cutting. I'm going to write it in the chat room so everybody can have it again. It's something that's very good to do. It's a good thing to do at least one time a day for 21 days. And sometimes it have happened to me some periods in my life when tension is very strong. Sometimes you may need to do that 10 times a day, 50 times a day, but it takes less than a minute. So it's very fast. And it has effect. And you can sense, if you do it every day on a daily basis for 3 weeks, you can sense there's a shift coming. So just be stubborn with it. It's going to work. I promise. Yeah. That's dairy of me, isn't it?
No, well, and look, we've all been in that position, and like where we've had to, do those sorts of things because, you're in an office or a job with someone 8 or more hours a day, and not everyone's going to see eye to eye or get along. So it's not a bad idea. It's actually a pretty good habit to get into. So, okay, Sissy, I'm going to move into phone calls because I see our board is lit up here. So, Little Fairy,
yeah,
I hope that
absolutely.
helps. And
absolutely.
See who our first caller is. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Thank you very much. My name is Wendy from California.
Hi, Wendy. How are you?
Hi, Wendy.
Nice to meet both of you ladies.
Nice to meet you, too.
Oh, thank you. I have a couple of concerns. One of them is I was administratively separated from the company that I've been working for medical reasons, which means fired. I have been very ill with my back since January, but also I have a hearing aid issue, and my employer has been fully informed, and I told them that I should have the hearing aid issue resolved. It might take 3 weeks to 3 months, and that was in my conversation in October with them. And so bottom line, my doctor had already written for my back issues that I should be back to work by January 28th. So my estimation of the hearing aid issue was 10 days quicker. So this woman in HR ignored me and pushed forward and fired me. And then in an email, she said that I failed to give a date of return, and I did. So 2 days later, I contracted with a very well-known firm, They have 98% success rate. Taylor is my attorney, and I hope I do not have to go to court. It would just be too stressful. But will this be settled out of court in my favor and fairly soon?
Well, let me ask you one question here. This was an FMLA, right?
Actually, it's an ADA, Americans for Disability Act, and on the suit, one of the issues is my attorney says failure to accommodate.
Right. But were you on FMLA at the time of this firing?
I was on ADA for my back, and also I was working on my hearing aid issue.
Right. Yeah, as far as the case, that unfortunately what I'm saying is going to be a little bit of time. The reason we all know is due to backlog because of COVID. And so everything seems to have slowed up in the courts. All documents that need to be filed are going to be filed on time. This is a very good attorney, but it's the court itself who's, kind of slowed up what their legal responsibilities are due to COVID. I'm getting the beginning of this year, however, that there's going to be some type of notice from the court that there is, but I think you may have to physically go in. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, I told my attorney I wanted him to get a verbal audio copy of that conversation, and he said if it gets into litigation, he could. And I believe that will be my ticket to me winning the case. Do you agree?
Yeah, I do. My only concern with that, quite honestly, is the loss of audio, the loss of tape conversation, where that can't be located, because those things tend to happen sometimes. We had a server issue, or we had some type of issue, which
I get it.
Can't seem so. So don't be surprised, because this, HR is not for the employee; it's for the employer.
Oh, I know that.
So most people tend to think it's for them,
right?
But it's
really and I'm not
employer.
Surprised by what you're saying. That oh my gosh, we had a server issue. So sorry. I will not trust a written transcript. No way. And also, this woman was so naive. She said, "Well, we can accommodate you with your hearing issue. We can put a volumizer on your box, on your desk," and they already had done that. That's no surprise. They've already given that to me. But I kept telling her that works in conjunction with functional hearing aids. And that's where she ignored me and pressed forward. So I think she's going to be embarrassed in court, because she's going to be asked, are you an audiologist? No. Are you a hearing instrument specialist? No. And, oh, by the way, here's a letter from the head of the audiological department for Kaiser. And she says that 3 things are mandatory: the headset, the special headset, the volumizer, plus functional hearing aids. So I think that hopefully I have a strong case.
Right, especially under the Disabilities Act, you do, and your attorney feels the same, or of course they wouldn't have taken on the case. So just breathe, because this is, it's not. I don't see it not going in your favor. I just see a lot of things slowing down because, what's going on, basically.
Okay.
But
well, yeah, I know they're doing a lot of things remotely now in the courts, so I hope that it's just more like a conference call with my attorney, and I think that HR lady, Heather, felt very smug, like a gotcha, like we're going to give you this volumizer box that costs $100. And she was way out of line. She was very naive is a nice way to describe it. But I should not be any trouble. I'm guilty of getting ill. I'm sorry.
Let me see if Anne, something to add on. Anne?
Yes, I have. Basically, it feels like I can confirm what Sue said, and I sense that at the end, it feels like it's going to be coming your way. So it feels like you're going to come out of this being able to feel that everything came to place as you want them to do. But it's going to take some time, that's the only thing. So I'm not shown a timeline, but it feels to be quite some time, maybe into next year. And I feel that that's actually the virus maybe to blame for that. So it have delayed a lot of things in the world. But don't despair, because it feels good anyway. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And also, my friend Rosie lives about 100 miles away. We've been like sisters for 40 years. And she's got a lot going on in her life. But recently, a few weeks ago, she said she needed some space. And so I started, when somebody says that to me, I'm not going to call them. Has she ended our friendship? Is she going to call me? Or has she been influenced by somebody?
I don't sense that there's anything that actually, even if it feels like it is something that's going on between you, that's what's being shown on the surface, so to speak. But it feels like you are going to come back and even grow closer together. But it's going to take some time. I have a sense, and when you talked and asked the question, I feel that she had something coming up for her. It's like she's going through quite some tough time, and sometimes people do project things even though they know they're not supposed to. But I feel she's a very nice lady, and you have a very good and wonderful foundation as the relationship and friendship. So I feel that it's going to come to a positive end of this. So give her just a little time. And I know it's challenging. We try not to pay too much attention to things that may feel awkward. It's going to come a day when you can talk about this. And I see that there will be forgiveness and a reunion and talking again and be close together.
Okay. Well, and this is the second time she's done this. And when we started talking again, I told her that that we needed to, for the sake of our friendship, we needed to have better communication. And she did promise. I've been extremely supportive and kind to her. And I said, we need communication. So I'm not sure she's doing that. When do you think she might ever call me again?
I think that maybe within this month or maybe the beginning of next. But make the bonding first and reconnect and be lighthearted and have some fun together. But sometimes it's not always that we can just bury something we have been going on through together and then we just move on. Sometimes we do really have to have that talk at some point. But make the bonding first and connect again, because I feel that you're going to do that. Instead of blaming her when you talk, tell her how this feels for you and how it's affecting you.
I wasn't going to blame her. I was going to use it as a stepping stone to strengthen. But I agree with you. Yes. And also, I am getting a financial benefit from the company, kind of related to my employment issue. And as long as I get periodic notes from my doctor, I will be able to collect on this up through October of next year. So will I be successful in collecting on that through October of next year?
I'm going to answer your question, and then I'm sorry I have to wrap it up a little bit because we have some other people that are looking. Sitting in the line here. But it feels like this is something that will rather be some decisions. It's like a set of decisions coming to place. It feels very likely that you will come to collect your money within a year by October next year. It feels like it's some. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a monthly check. So how many more checks will I get? Will I get 11 more checks or just 8 more checks, or what do you see?
I actually see a 7, but if it's 11 that you need, I feel that you will get it, because sometimes it's so long time in the future. Sometimes we're not shown the real number at this point, but it feels it's going to continue.
And
okay?
You think 11 more checks?
Yes, it's very possible.
Okay.
It's very possible.
All right. Well, God bless both of you ladies, and I appreciate you.
All right.
We appreciate you
Wendy.
calling us. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Wendy.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, Sissy, I'll have you take over for a quick minute. Little past the bottom of the hour, and then we'll keep going for our callers.
Yes. So now we can talk a little bit. Yes, it's the bottom of the hour, and here are some quick announcements for all of you listening. And we'd love to talk to you. So I think there's still room. Actually, we try to proceed kind of fast today so we can get as many as possible. And if you'd like to call in, you can call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and you can call in to share a story with us, ask questions, get free mini readings, or whatever you feel for. So just call us, and if you want to talk with us live on the show, press 1. And you can also interact with us at scrollsofthesoul.com/live, where you can listen live on the player and text chat with us during the show. And on today's show, we have been talking about soul realignment and the soul memory system and different soul types that can interfere with us. Sounds scary, but it's not so scary, actually. Plus your calls for questions and free mini readings live on air. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Sue, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And we have quite a few things. We have many things that we do and we work with, and you can have a personal paid reading in any kind you would like that you can find on our pages. So go to scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or /Anne. You can, our next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is next Thursday, December 10th, and we will be on Soul Sister Show with host Sue and myself, Anne, and we will actually talk about angels and descended masters. So that means angels, archangels, and descended masters, plus our personal stories. And we would love to hear your personal story around angels and descended masters, plus your calls for questions and free mini readings live on air. We'll be on as usual, 10 a.m. Pacific in the U.S., 6 p.m. London in the UK, 7 p.m. Sweden, and 8 p.m. Greece. And you can always keep yourself updated on our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming, or go to YouTube, search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio directly on YouTube. And we are always a live call-in worldwide radio, broadcasting today from Arizona in the U.S. and Stockholm, Sweden in Europe. Now, once again, you can call in at 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number and press 1 if you want to talk with us live on the show. Now, let's get back to the show.
Okay, Sissy, I will move over to our next caller.
Yes.
Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, hi, ladies. I called in maybe about last year. This is Rose from New York.
Hi, Rose.
Hi, Rose.
How you doing?
Hi. How you ladies doing? Sue and I forgot Anne. I got it.
Yes. We're doing good. We're doing good, Rose. How's it going over there in New York?
It's going all right, Well, like everyone else, we have to be careful with the virus, and it's just kind of becoming a way of life. So we kind of got used to it, but doing pretty well, regardless.
That's good.
We got to do the best we can.
Yeah.
It has been a weird year, Rose, but I have a sense that we are going to come out of this. And sometimes, my sense of this, I can be wrong, but this is my sense, that when things are off somewhere, the dirt and negativity needs to come up on the table, and maybe that's what we are experiencing right now. So that's how things can be better.
Yeah, I definitely think so. A new birthing, just going through all that, and we'll come out better in the end, for sure.
Yes.
So what can we do for you, Rose?
I don't know. Is it easier just to do like whatever messages you get from me, or I don't want to take up too much time. I know there's other people waiting.
No, it's fine. I mean, if you just want something kind of open, I'm just going to grab kind of a deck that'll do that. So it's just, what message do you have for Rose? How's that? Actually, just
that sounds good.
Grab the deck for you.
I'm doing the same one.
Okay, so has there been any schooling, or have you been thinking about school?
School?
Yeah, going back to school, some type of something.
I was thinking about taking a couple of courses, like a certificate program for some work that I do. Yes, I was thinking about it.
Yeah, do it. Definitely.
Okay.
now, definitely have to do it. In fact, it's this.
Okay.
That was a clear answer.
Well, there's no messing around, right? No messing around. Maybe. Yeah.
Get your ass off the pot and do it. All right, I got you.
There's huge benefits, for you to do that. There is a whole new beginning that's going to occur. It may seem like a couple classes, that you might be adding to your resume, but actually there's going to be this direction it's going to take you that's unexpected. So it's going to create a brand new beginning. Whatever these classes are, or whatever it is you're looking to do, it's going to it has a little bit of a twist, unexpected twist, in a good way, in a very good way.
Okay. All right. Is that with my? I'm sorry. Go ahead. You talk. I don't want to keep talking.
No. Go ahead. I'm a talker too, Rose. I'm from the Northeast as well.
Interrupted. No, because I do a few different things. So I was thinking about doing courses for my nonprofit work, or is that for classes for another career that I do? Or I just was wondering which one it was geared towards. I have a feeling, but I wanted to see what you had, or they say.
I've got career here for you, but I am going to ask Anne and see if there's just a little bit more that might come through.
Okay.
So go ahead, Anne, and I'll kind of doubt.
I'm just going to give the first thing I got, like a message for you, and it has a lot to do with seeing clear and how you perceive things. So it's like you are in a process of changing your perception of things. And that's a very good thing, because there are so many ways we can see things. It's not only the old-fashioned way we used to have, right? So there are, if you raise yourself into a helicopter perspective, it's like you can start and even see, it's like your third eye will provide you with both spiritual insights and clear seeing and a spiritual sense of seeing, but also in the physical world, helping you to perceive things differently. And I also see that there are a lot of possibilities around you, and sometimes they may look upside down. So, but that's not just, if you feel that you don't really know, if you feel like it's hard to make a decision and really know what to do, give it a little time. Don't push forward to come to decision until you see, because when you change that perception, you may actually, or at least when you start to show a willingness to say to the universe and your guides that, okay, I'm willing to see things from, show me. I'm willing. Show me what else I can see here. And that's when you're going to know. So it feels like you asked another question about
the
career
classes,
studies, or
yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to see what's coming in here. And if we look at them as options, the first option would be like the career thing, and the other one would be more like studies. I feel that both can be good for you. Maybe for the long term, maybe also if you study something that can bring you career opportunities, but also something that can bring you a long-term possibility that may not appear right now, but in a year or two. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Yes, that does. It kind of answers the question.
Nice.
Because that's how long it's probably going to take. So, yeah, that answers my question. So, all right.
I've got
Good.
just a little more to add for you, Rose. So what I got, so I dowsed a little bit further on this because I do automatic writing, and what came out was learning something old. Hang on, I got to read my own writing. Learning something old becomes new again. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it didn't make sense to me. But something that's been around for a long time is actually going to become new. And to answer your final question, which was, should I go, the education you're seeking is either for something you want to do on a voluntary basis or on a work or job-related basis, right, as far as your education.
Right.
And what I got for that specifically was, once you go the route of work-related education, furthering your education, it's going to open up the doors for the ability to volunteer, if that makes sense. So you're going to have like more abundance, and you'll have that ability to volunteer. So that makes sense.
Well, I'm hoping it turns into a career. Not. I'm already doing the volunteer part of it. I'd like to make money at it.
Yeah, no, I get that. Wouldn't we all? So yeah, I mean, there's definitely there's studying. I see like a lot of studying going on here. So there's definitely you definitely are going in that direction.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. That's what I'm thinking it is. All right. That's what I was looking at. All right, thank you very much, ladies. I appreciate it. I'll check it. I was looking at your website again. I haven't been on Blog Talk for a while, but I see that you do readings and all that on there. Yeah. I like getting private readings too because it's it's more personal. So I think I'm going to do that for myself. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day. And thanks for what you do.
And you too. We're so happy to talk to you. Blessings.
All right. I'm happy to talk to you both too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Rose.
Bye.
Okay, Sissy. Let me move on to our next one. Just kind of looking over some stuff really quick. All right, next caller. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, ladies. This is Julia from Florida.
Julia. Hi, Julia. How are you? How's it down in Florida?
Actually, nice. It's nice to get a little bit of a break from the summer heat, so that winter is like,
I know. Living in Arizona desert, I totally can relate to that.
Yes. Winter is good.
Yeah, right. Plus a little bit less of the humidity, right?
Yes, definitely.
So what can we do for you, Julia?
Well, if it's okay, I'd like to just kind of follow in the steps of Rose and just request kind of a general what's coming up for me.
Nice. Okay. I think I'll just grab a deck of cards. Well, I hear Ann back there shuffling.
Yes.
Then I may have you go first because you grabbed the cards before I did.
I'm faster than you, right?
Yes, you are.
So, Julia, the message that I have for you, the general message, is that this is about talking more for you in the time ahead, speaking out things, express things. Sometimes, we don't want to say everything to everyone, and that's totally fine. But make sure to those around you who are close to you that you really express how you feel. And sometimes we aren't sure also how we really feel, and because we are in a continuous kind of transformation. So specifically when we are walking the spiritual path and we are willing to change and to learn and grow and all of that good stuff. But it feels like it's a very good time. I see a man here around you somewhere. This can be a friend, it can be a partner, it can be a boss, it can be a coworker, it can be anyone. But this man is holding a coin for you. So it feels like he's bringing you some opportunities. It can be, if we say abundance, it covers more things. It doesn't really need to be only money. It can be support, opportunities, possibilities in life. So that feels very, very good. And it also feels like the general theme and energy of the time ahead of you is blossoming abundance. Isn't that wonderful? So it feels like you are, if you felt that life had been, yes, life had been hard, and no matter how hard it can feel sometimes, the energy and the pendulum will always swing towards the other side. So this feels that it's changing for you and you're coming into a good time. That was a wonderful message for you, wasn't it?
Wow, wonderful. Yay. I'm so happy to hear that. So, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
To add on to that, Julia, for you. So I had pulled cards earlier. We always try to pull a general question like you asked for our audience members, for our callers, and for those in the chat room. And two of the cards I had pulled were yes and opportunity. So clearly there's probably a question you had there, but didn't ask it. So there is a yes to the question you had. And the opportunity, like I'm just expounding what Ann said, that opportunity is going to occur. I didn't ask for time, of course, because it was just a general question. What do you want Wendy what do you want Julia to know? So you have a yes and opportunity. Were you waiting for something specifically, an answer for something? Work maybe?
It's funny because I had actually, it's funny, mentions about I see a man, because that was actually the question I had in the back of my mind. I'd like to connect with a partner or a companion. So hopefully, this man will be that companion.
Yeah. Well, and it's very likely. Yes. Go ahead, Sue. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because when you don't know what with an open question, what is it you'd like Julia to know? Usually, someone always has a question, there, and they're just waiting to see what is revealed. So, like I said, yes, an opportunity. So whatever it was, secretly in your own mind you were hoping for, it looks like that's going to come to fruition.
Yes.
Wow.
So
how wonderful.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, very wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, you both mirrored each other with being the man, and both of you said opportunity. So
yeah,
awesome.
Yep. Yeah, very nice.
Thank you, universe.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Julia,
Yay.
we're on every week at this time, and if ever you want to update us, on how things are going, you're always welcome to call back in and just say, hey, this is Julia. Remember when we, did that open question, and here's what's going on. So you're always welcome to call back. because we love to hear,
awesome.
Absolutely.
what's going on with our callers.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, ladies. That was wonderful. I'm glad I called in. Thank you.
Oh, nice. Well, you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Yes.
You too.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
You too. Bye now.
Many blessings. Bye.
Okay, Sissy. Let me move on. I'm kind of looking at the time we got here. All right. Next call. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Well, hello, ladies. Hello, Ann and Sue. Thank you for Melissa for helping.
Hi,
Beautiful
Melissa.
show.
Thank you.
Worldwide, always very kind and heartening to people, and thank you very much. And I got in. Woo!
Yes, you did. So what's going on, Melissa?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you much. I'm trying to make mine simple. Well, there's two things here. I concerning the past. We talked about the past employment with that gentleman, with the man.
Yes.
Okay. I haven't heard from him. I'm not thinking very much of him like I used to, but I still have a strange feeling that I'm going to hear from him. But I'm staying away from that because I think something else is occurring. It's like really strong in my stomach. It's hitting me. And then, if you don't mind, one more thing quickly. I was wondering if you can have a blessing with the man with the letter R, because he has about a lot of people that very good at their damn stories, and I believe that if the Creator permission takes the veil off his eyes, or Manatron masking. I know you work with Manatron. If it takes the darkness out of the eye, start seeing the truth, and all of that can get solved, because there are. Of course, we all have to go through lessons. I have to respect that, but I feel like for the benefit of many, and it would be a great outcome.
Okay, so what is your question? Get down to. I need you to kind of refine it there, girl.
Sorry. Okay. So with the little L, I just want to know that where I used to work with him, if more is happening, if you see me like hearing from him, if you get a date, and then the man with the little R, if the Creator, well, if he's able to see the truth that he's being lied to, deception, like if he is in that point yet, I think it's coming up. I think it's going to be coming up. That's my question.
Okay, let me stop you. For a second, because this has been a really kind of long, drawn-out thing, right? You had that opportunity for somebody to kind of help you take a step back and become the observer because you were aware something wasn't right? So
yes,
his is unfortunately a little bit slower than yours. He doesn't have somebody telling him, take a step back and be the observer. He's kind of torn. He's in it, and he's learning. Not particularly happy with what he's learning, but it's not going to be. This was never something that was quick and overnight. And I still see this event going on that's south of you. Like I said, like a barbecue outside with people around. That still keeps coming up. So I'm not sure what it's about, but it may be an opportunity for you to finally communicate something. But there is definitely this event that occurs outside in the backyard with a fire pit and a whole bunch of people. It's nighttime, and a whole bunch of people kind of like a gathering, a winter gathering, barbecue type of thing. So, yeah, that's as far as I'm seeing with that. It's not would you like him to learn some of the lessons you've learned? Yes. But is he at this moment? Not yet, if that makes sense. So,
okay.
I'm going to ask Ann if she's got a little more she can add, because our lineup is huge today, girl, so I'm going to have to kind of wrap up a little quicker.
Okay.
Ann?
Yes, hi, Melissa. I actually feel the same as Sue already said, so I can just state that. It feels like most often when we are trapped in something we feel is bad and we feel stuck somewhere, it's usually because we don't let the veil fall. So we refuse to see some things and we do participate in things. And that's where I feel that he's actually at. He needs to do this himself, and he needs to take himself out there. I feel that he will have all possibilities, and in the long term he may actually, it feels likely, I can't promise, but it feels likely that he will, but it's going to take a very long time, and then he needs to recover from his experiences, so to speak. But it feels like he's going to be fine. But like Sue said, the best thing for you right now is not to participate. I know it's hard sometimes, and it can even be painful when we feel for someone, if we have empathy, we have feelings, we have everything. And it can be hard, but the best you can do is to try to release yourself from the drama and the situation and let it have its course. Because sometimes when we do step in, we get engaged and we are being a part of everything, and that's not going to be good for you at all. So I have a suggestion for you, because if you go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live, I actually put in the cord cutting with Archangel Michael in there, so you can find it. Practice that for your sake. It doesn't mean that we cut out someone. We never do. But it means that you clear the energies around you and between you and him, and if there is anyone else you have any tension with. So that's a good thing for you, and that can actually help. It helps you, and in the long term, it can help someone else too, because you're clearing the energies around you. Does that make sense, Melissa?
Yes, ma'am. It does. And you nailed it. I feel real quickly. I feel that the darkness will come out of his eye in time.
Right. Let me ask you something, Melissa. Did you call in earlier? Were you on the board earlier?
Yes.
And then call back. Okay. So did you hear the cards I had? I always try to do that group card while I do it for everyone on the board, for our callers and listeners. And what jumps out for me for your question with this person is the card that was self-sabotage. So I know you know that that's going to occur, right? So you have to let it play out, though. He's not going to come to where you are at the time you would like him to be. He's got to come to it on his own, if that makes sense.
Yes, ma'am. And I think there's some stuff coming up pretty soon. I would love to hear from y'all.
Well, you're going to have to make that for another phone call, girl. I've got to wrap it up.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Melissa. Many blessings.
You're welcome. Good luck. Keep us informed.
Yes, I will go to scrolls.com as soon as possible. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Bye, love.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, sissy. I'm going to grab another call. Just kind of looking at the time here, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
That's what right here.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, I didn't know you was talking to me.
Yes, I am.
My name is Kira from Alabama.
Kira from Alabama. How are you, Kira? What can we do for you?
Hi, Kira.
Okay, I just wanted to see whatever message is coming. If you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't hear what you stated, so could you just speak up a little louder?
Yes, ma'am.
So
I said, I just wanted to see whatever messages come through. It's the right direction.
A lot of open questions today. That's interesting. I hear Ann in the background pulling for you.
Mel?
Yeah. I'm
So I'll probably
So,
have
do you
her
want me to
do
start
it
too?
first. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, Kara. This is Sam, and
Hi.
we just love to give messages on what's coming up because that's usually what angels and guides and sometimes someone loved one who transitioned over wants to bring about and let you know. And it feels like you have quite a good time ahead of you. It feels like there is sunshine in general in your life. So when the sun is shining, we can feel energized, we can feel a raising vibration, we can feel a lot of things. It's like things are coming together and it's not like we feel dark in our heart. And I don't mean negatively dark, I mean sometimes we can feel drained and low. But this is very good. And also I'm shown a wonderful and beautiful gate that have a beautiful landscape full with opportunities. And that landscape, it's like you are standing right in front of the gate. So don't be afraid of taking a step. You don't need to run out in the landscape if that feels like it's a little bit concerning. It's more like just open the gate, see the view, look at the opportunities and possibilities around you, and then you can take one step at a time. And it feels like, I said this before tonight, it feels like there are many possibilities that are coming up for you if you are desiring a change, and most of us do sometimes, once in a while, right? And sometimes the opportunities that we see, because it's a matter of perception how we see them. If you just ponder a little bit, review your past, review your experiences, and try to see things from different angles, that's going to give you more opportunities. And I also see that you may be in a state where you are doing some inner work as well, and it feels very good and very positive, and it always is. It's always for our good and for the positive for us. But it can feel sometimes like we are in our mind and sometimes in a state of really listening to our soul. But just let yourself do that and everything will be fine. I don't know if that resonated with you.
It is.
It did. Wonderful. So let's see if Sue have anything. Sue?
Yeah, I actually do. Kira, are you having dreams?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
All
you're
the
having
time.
lots of dreams, right? Are you having communication from someone who's on the other side?
I get dreams from my grandmother that passed away last year.
Yeah.
She hasn't showed up in a like a month or so, but she came to me about 4 or 5 times in my dreams.
Yeah.
And,
she's actually.
Oh wow.
She may not appear in the dream necessarily, but she's actually relaying something. So there is information, and what I'm hearing that she is specifically asking for you is to start journaling these dreams, even though they're going to not. Each dream is going to be different from the other. There's going to be, it's kind of like a code. There's a hidden code in these dreams. And if you start to write down all that you can remember, there's a story that's going to be told, because she may not always come in the dream, but she's telling you something. Something's being told, and it's not quite being seen yet, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So write it down, because it's just journal, just a small notebook, what you can remember, and it's going to start to lay out something here. There's something you're going to get an answer to, if that makes sense.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yep.
I just been feeling really depressed and down lately.
Right. Yeah. Well, there's support there.
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely have family support from the other side, and it's coming through in your dreams. So something's going to be revealed here, and it may very well help with depression and how you're feeling. So it's quite a good hidden message from what I'm getting. I don't know what it is. I
Okay.
didn't ask because it's for you to understand through them.
Yeah.
Through family.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well, thank you. Thank you both.
yeah, you're more than welcome.
Thank
and
you so much.
keep us informed. Let us know how things are going. I'd be curious what messages you're getting from your grandma, what it is she wants you to know.
Okay.
So, all
All
right.
right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Many blessings. Thank you.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye. Okay, Sissy. I'll grab another phone call here. Just give me a second.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very, just really quick, very prevalent for Kira. I know she's still on. There's some dreams like every single day, and there's a lot of information here. So I think once she starts noting it, it's going to become actually a book. It's going to tell her a story, something that she needs to know.
Yes.
So, all right.
Yes.
Let's see who our next caller is. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hi. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm Celine, and I'm calling from New York. New York City. And
okay.
I'm just, my mother she's having a problem. She misplaced her credentials, her license, and what have you. This is her main concern. I'm just relating,
Well, can you
help me?
can you state your name again, because I didn't hear that. Can you state that one more time?
Yes, Celine.
Celine. Okay, that's a beautiful name.
Celine.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you.
Right.
You're welcome. So is she trying to locate something?
Yes. It's all of her credentials, her license, medical, all of that. It's
right.
Just,
I almost see like something that got in an area that in a vehicle that got slid in such a position where it's not seen with the eye, where you have to search.
A vehicle?
Yep, in a vehicle. It's in a
car, you saying?
Yeah, in a weird position.
In a car?
Hang on, I'm just trying to see it. Did she look? Did everyone look in the car?
Her car is gone.
Oh boy. Yes, something fell, and it looked to me like it was like in an awkward position, not quite under the seat, but something. It definitely fell in a car.
Oh, but I believe she had it maybe a week ago. All of her documents, her medical, her insurance card, and I don't understand.
Huh. Oh, geez. Anne, do you have something you can add?
I'm just thinking, maybe there is. Did she go with a car with a friend or with you guys or someone recently? So she took a ride with a car with someone. Doesn't need to be her car.
In fact, her car is gone. It's of no use. It was junked.
Okay, but you don't have a car, or she doesn't go with friends who have cars or anything like that.
Not that. No, I don't believe so.
Okay. I did see two things. So it feels like there can be something with the car, and maybe there can be a drawer that's connected to. So it feels like a drawer. I don't really know placement of the drawer. It feels like above.
You said a door or a drawer?
A drawer. The
DRAW.
last one, right? Yes. DRAW, yes. And like the last one right on top of the floor, and I can't see a real place. I'm not seeing any place. It can be that these documents and what you're asking for have been in kind of connection in both places because it feels like it's connected to car too. It can be that something had been moved within that car. Something I don't really know, but check if there are drawers. It looks like it's a light wooden color on the drawer. It's not a dark color. And
you said a door,
I'm not
right?
sure.
Or a drawer?
Like a dresser drawer, Sissy? Like a dresser drawer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, a dresser drawer. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry for that.
No problem.
Maybe a bedroom, but it can be somewhere else too. So don't. Sometimes when we are getting information, it's not only very specific. Sometimes it's also a little bit metaphorical. It can be because Sue saw a car. This can also be. Try to be open-minded about it. It can be like someone has a car, and like a toy car or like something a car that you have on a bookshelf or something like that are a special car that you look at. It can be something like that too. So try to think of a drawer and a car connection.
As
because
weird
it's not
as that
always
sounds.
very obvious. Yes, tell me.
No, I was just going to say, as weird as that sounds, but I have just one tiny thing to add here. This isn't the first time that these documents have been lost, is it?
Possibly. I'm not here all the time in my mother's house, so.
Yep,
yeah,
I think that's why the car. See, that's where I'm seeing a car and sees a drawer because they have been misplaced before. So it is about misplacement, if that helps.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I know the fear in losing a wallet, thinking it was stolen. This is more about misplacing items and not remember, or having them fall out and not, not locating it because it fell out as well. So it's not the first time, if that makes sense. That's the first time things have been misplaced.
Right. So
basically,
it's all in the house, in my mom's house.
It could be. I still see what I see, and Ann sees what she sees, but I could have seen one time where it did happen, where it was in a car, and it was something as simple as, okay, she knows it dropped there and she picked it up. That's the last location I can see, but and then Ann sees what she sees as far as a dresser, or a drawer.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's lost. It's not stolen. I definitely see lost.
You said marked?
Lost. L-O-S-T.
Oh, lost.
Yeah, lost.
Okay, I got you.
So, to give you peace of mind. Yeah, it's lost. It wasn't taken. So.
Oh, okay. That settles it. I don't have much to worry about because my mother, she's always misplacing things,
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
That's why it's not that's why I'm seeing one location and Ann is seeing another. So it's not the first time that that's occurred. So,
You're right. Yeah.
Good luck, Celine. Let us know. Let us know if she finds it. Good luck on that. I know it's kind of racks your brain,
Yes, certainly. Well, thank you so much. Yes.
You're welcome.
God
Thank
bless.
you so much, too. You're welcome.
You too.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, Sissy, we're going to have to bring it out to a close. I'm going to run out of time.
I know.
Otherwise.
I start right down, and I'm going to talk very fast. So thank you, everybody, for participating with us today. We just love to have just a little time left, so we have enough time and we have to talk fast. I love it, even if it's putting a little bit pressure here, because we are going to be cut out from the radio, thrown out, so to speak, exactly in 6 minutes. And on today's show, we have been talking about soul realignment and the soul memory system and different soul types that can interfere with us. And that's interesting, even if it sounds scary. And we're going to continue this, in the beginning of January, this talk on next Soul Realignment show, and we have been taking calls for questions and readings online. Our next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is next Thursday, December 10th, with Soul Sister Show and host Sue and myself, Anne, and we will talk about angels and ascended masters, plus our personal stories, and we just would love to hear your personal story if you want to call in and tell us a little bit about that. And of course, we will take your calls for questions and free mini readings live on air. We'll be on same time as usual, 10 a.m. Pacific, and you can go to scrollsofthesoul.com. On the first page, there's a blog showing the times in different parts of the world, on the continents actually. You can find the time near you as well. So it's always 10 a.m. Pacific in the U.S. And you can listen to replays of all shows anytime at scrollsofthesoul.com/past, and keep yourself updated at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. And of course, you can find us at YouTube. Search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio on YouTube. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Sue for a personal paid reading, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And if we didn't have a chance to take your call today, please call into our next show. And so thank you, everyone, for listening and calling in and participating with us. And we're back again next Thursday, December 10th. Yes, Sissy, it's your turn.
Just quickly, I want to say everyone, thank you for calling and entrusting us with your questions. We really do appreciate and value you dearly. And sorry if we had to speed through some of our calls today. My board seemed to be quite packed, but we do appreciate it, and as well as those in the chat room, we thank you as well. And with that, I'm just going to yell out to my mom, angels watch over you all night long. Sissy?
And I say love, light, peace, and joy to all of you. Thank you so much. Bye.